25 weeks, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series reaches the finish line in Miami. Jimmy Johnson and the 48 team can seal the deal with an historic 4th straight title. But another Texas moment could allow Mark Martin to spoil the party. NASCAR crowns a champion in the Ford 400 tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. on ABC.
And a big day of coverage here at Homestead tomorrow. NASCAR Now tomorrow morning. Our Sports Center special from the NASCAR Championship at 1 Eastern time on ESPN. And we'll wrap the night up late night on Sunday night with NASCAR Now, including a visit with the champion. Ryan Newman, saw him on the last pit stop. We heard the story of how he lost first gear. Listen to this when he tried to leave pit road on his last stop. Not too good.
No, and there you go, Alan. These guys, as they make these cars lighter and lighter, they make those first gears narrower and narrower. And with a concrete pit road, it hooks up and breaks it. Now he's got no first gear, so he's in danger of damaging his clutch and using up and starting in second gear.
And for a little look-see at the parts and pieces involved, we go to the Craftsman Tech Garage. Mr. Brewer, no bat involved this time, huh?
No, I hadn't got no bat, Alan, but it's even worse because once you tear these gears up, like Ray says, you chip the teeth off, it gets down and contaminates the grease. As the grease is slung all the way around in here, lubricating the transmission, the gears get back up and the teeth gets in here, and that's where it's going to pretty much self-destruct the transmission. He's going to be lucky to finish the race with that. Alan?
All right, Tim Newman running 8th right now. Joey Logano has chosen the outside lane for the restart as the leader in the 20 car after some debate.
If you take the outside, you're going to have a better run off the corner, but he's just going to sail it off in there, and you take the chance on him clearing you before you even get to the center, you know. I know it. All right, I'll go to the bottom. Damned if you do and damned if you don't.
So the green flag flies. We'll find out if it works. Joey gets a great jump on Kyle Busch down into 1. 4 laps away from halfway in the final race of 2009 in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Carl Edwards on the high side, getting past Jeff Burton. Now Burton's coming back underneath him. That battle for 3rd. Here comes Newman. Once Newman gets to high gear, he's okay, but he restarted in 8th. And here comes Kyle back. So great action here. Several spots all over the racetrack. Down into 1. Kyle on the low side. Joey. And here comes Carl. He's taking advantage of that 20-degree banking.
Yeah, he's trying to keep that thing wound up. And he's also got some clean air up there as these guys are racing on the bottom, so that gets the nose of the car stuck a little bit better for him. Here comes Jeff Burton back to the inside.
And Burton has been able to run down low all evening long once we got past that first caution. And there he is, back slotted into 3rd. But here we go, nose to tail with your top 5. Logano, Busch, Burton, Edwards, and Newman.
Look at this, how they all spread out when they get to the corner. Everybody choosing their line. What great racing this is.
Looks like they're flying in formation.
Now all line up on the straightaway if there's room. Looks like everybody tucks in. Carl Edwards now looking to the bottom.
Carl's going to try that low line, force Burton up high. He takes it deep into the corner. Not only does he get past Burton here, he took a peek underneath the 18.
Here comes Burton back to the inside, though. He gets his run.
Yeah, Jeff wants that low line. His car works better down there. Here he goes. Oh, this is great. This is so much fun. What a great way to end the year. Vince, what's going on down there?
Well, the 60 of Carl Edwards, you know, he's had his problems. He had that valence issue. They came in, they fixed that. Carl said, hey, let's go to the back and get it taken care of. I can come back through the field. He's done just that. They made an air pressure and a track bar adjustment on that last stop, and Carl, it didn't take long for him to realize he liked it. He said, this is really good. We're going to go with this one. So Carl Edwards on the move, especially the clean air, guys, as you've addressed in the booth. A lot of guys handle cars handling a lot better when they get that clean air on the nose.
Well, it shouldn't surprise us. He was falling back all the way to 38th, and here he is 4th. He's won 3 times this year, starting in the rear of the field. So it doesn't surprise us anymore, as here he is. There he is, right on the back bumper of the 29.
Yeah, you could hear he had to squeeze out of the throttle just a little bit there as Burton slid up in front, but here he's battling back on the outside.
We're going to have them 4 wide here in a minute.
Oh, what great racing.
Look here,
Kyle
look at
wants
this
the
18
lead.
sneaking up on the outside.
Guess what, folks? We're halfway. We got another 100 laps of this great stuff going on, and Kyle has got
He's
the
split in the
highlight.
middle. Look at Carl.
And all of a sudden, Joey loses 2 spots, maybe more.
Yeah, Joey had reported earlier he was loose, and you get somebody on that outside of your car, that makes you even looser yet.
He just went from 1st to 4th in about 2.5 corners.
How about Carl Edwards just driving to the front?
All the way from a 38th position that he fell back to. Here he is in 2nd, knocking on the door for the race lead. We've had a total of 6 different leaders, 11 lead changes so far, and we still have 98 laps to go. Let's check in on Ryan Newman and see how he is doing. He has moved up to 4th on the racetrack. Remember, he restarted 8th, and he's got no first gear. He is hoping that as few pit stops as possible right now.
Man, Logano's car just really went away in a hurry right there.
Well, it's just not right now for this situation. I don't think Joey's going to push the issue. Where he's the best is when it comes down to the end. These two guys still racing for the lead, Carl Edwards and Kyle Busch.
Well, Carl won here last year. In fact, he swept the weekend, winning the Sprint Cup race the next day. And right now, he's underneath the 18, and this is all he can do. He knows he cannot win the championship. That's already been decided, but he could say one more time, and remember,
settle in here, you'll leave them.
settle in and you'll leave him. Interesting comment.
And just behind these two cars, see Scott Speed in the 99 car now, just trying to get his car into the picture.
Yeah, he's done a great job in this Michael Waltrip car all year long when he's had a chance. It's given him some great experience of racing with these guys.
Well, Scott Speed's had top 10 finishes in 6 of his last 7 races.
Starting on the front row for tomorrow's race.
Shannon, what's the latest from pit road?
Well, Scott Speed is saying that the car is a little bit tight, especially when he tries to go up high and use that high line. But like you said, great season for Scott Speed in this nationwide series. He's had 12 starts. 7 of those have been top 10. Jerry Baxter, crew chief, loves working with Scott Speed. This is his first start in Homestead, and right now he's having a great race tonight.
Look at this 3-wide action on the left side of your screen. That's Brad Keselowski, Eric Darnell, and Mike Bliss. And then Stephen Wallace right behind that trio.
We have racing everywhere here. This is great stuff.
Keselowski clears the other 2 cars, and that puts him into the 10th position. Darnell 11th.
Oh, saw Stephen Wallace try to stick his nose just on the outside of Mike Bliss. Thought better of it there.
Bliss trying to run that low line. Keselowski up high. Now Bliss pulls into line. Let's go back up front because the lead is still, well, a little bit further now as Edwards has opened up a 6/10 of a second lead over Jeff Burton. And then Kyle Busch right behind in 3rd.